I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends commentators.
Hello, welcome everybody. It's very late at night and Hiya has just revealed their upcoming King Ghidorah 2019-2023 version, I suppose. Here's all the information you need to know before I give you my thoughts. It stands at 35 centimeters tall. Wingspan is about 56 centimeters. Now the release date is for 2023 with a Q3 release date, which means we have to wait quite some time for this figure, but I believe it's gonna be worth it. Now the description is sort of confusing, but it says that with the articulation on the wing, it allows you to recreate different poses for you to pose Ghidorah in a walking pose or with its wings spread apart. This means you don't get an extra pair of wings. You can do it with those wings. You can recreate different poses depending what you want your Ghidorah to pose like. Now that you have the official information, I'm going to give you my personal thoughts with this figure and my impressions. First of all, I think it looks phenomenal. I like that they're going for accuracy and extra details. Straight out the bat, what I noticed with this design is the wings look extremely detailed, more detailed than the monster arts. You can see the veins, the extra details on the edges. The colors are phenomenal. This is what we've been asking for. Multiple color. It's not a single beige color like the previous one with monster arts. I like how you see multiple colors throughout its body, the wings, the necks, and the horns. I really like that this figure feels alive. Most importantly, and what we've been asking for such a long time, is the necks, the heads. Every single head is supposed to look different, like in the movie. The horns have different waves to them. The faces might look different, and I really love that. I like how we can see their personality. I love how this is going for accuracy. Finally, we have the thin necks and the good horns with the good accuracy face around them. Something else that I've noticed, because of the material, I'm assuming that you can get more poses with the neck. Right now I'm comparing the monster arts that I have in person, right, and I'm seeing that Hiya can do certain poses with their necks that monster arts can probably not do that well as we see. In other words, I'm saying that Hiya seems to have more natural necks that feel serpent-like, that feel alive, versus monster arts. They're not bad, but I'm just saying that Hiya has a little bit of the edge on this particular case with this figure, the way you can pose the figure and do different things. Talking about that, they really outsmart anything that we've seen. A lot of people were expecting they were going to offer 2 wings, or we were going to get these standard wings that we saw in the teaser. I really love how they were able to fit in 2 different poses or 2 different wings with a single set, if that makes any sense. The engineering for you to be able to fold Ghidorah's wings to have him in that walking pose, or rather if you want to pose him with the wings coming out, it's up to you. I really think that's smart, but I'm a little bit concerned because I wonder how much heavier are the wings going to be. Is this going to cause any problems in the future? It looks really interesting. I haven't seen anybody do this type of engineering with articulation. Very smart indeed. Now, when it comes to the problems, obviously we don't know what type of problems we're going to face in the future, but I assume that it's not going to be perfect. Rarely do we see any company hit a perfect figure out there, but I have high hopes with this particular figure. As for the price point, I'm expecting this to be on the high end. I'm not expecting this to be cheap because of the size, because of everything that you're getting. It's probably going to be extremely heavy. And the necks, I really do love the necks, but sometimes looking at the photos, they look sort of weird. That's due to the articulation sections that have been cut out, but it's not anything major for me to be turned off from this figure. If anything, I would have to say that this reminds me, and it feels like we're getting a downsized Spyro Studio King Ghidorah with articulation. That's what it feels like. It's been inspired by them, and also because of the accuracy, it really does hit every single spot that we've asked for. First of all, the accuracy. Second of all, the wings were very important to a lot of people. Third of all, the size of the heads, making them unique. And finally, accurate. Fourth is the necks, getting the necks the right way. The main problem with Monster Arts was that they were thick, they were not accurate at all, and Hiya has seemed to be listening to the fans, and they keep their eyes open for comments and what people have been wanting or asking on particular figures. For me, so far, my experiences with Hiya figures with Godzilla, that has to be my favorite. Looks really fantastic, realistic. Kong, it's alright, it's okay. Not the best with articulation, and that's to be expected because of the price point, right? For me, Hiya is a compromise between articulation and details. I think in some cases it's offering more details than Monster Arts, but then sometimes it's downgrading in some aspects when it comes to articulation. It's a win-win for both of them, and I'm not throwing shade at Monster Arts because companies are companies, right? But I think Hiya is starting off really great with fans. They have a good base to start off with monsters, talking about Godzilla and the license specifically. If they keep going in this direction, I really believe that they can become the top dog of this, you know, universe sort of industry, if they keep going and demonstrating that they are willing to listen to fans, deliver what we want, deliver accuracy, quality, and also good articulation. I understand that they can't always deliver on everything, but as long as they deliver on the important things and listen to fans, I think there shouldn't be any problems. And over time, I do really believe now that they could overtake Monster Arts. And of course, Monster Arts to me is always going to win when it comes to articulation. There's no discussion, there's no talking about it. If you think that Hiya is still better than Monster Arts, in that case it's not. There's no competition. Monster Arts, for a reason, they are the top dog when it comes to engineering, articulation, how smooth articulation works, and details because they sculpt their figures in hand, like with Yuji Sakai, very famous. They have sort of other benefits that Hiya doesn't have, but other than that, I really do appreciate what Hiya has done, and I really hope that they look at videos from the community and feedback to really improve on future figures. And I hope they deliver on figures that we haven't seen instead of doing figures that have been done multiple times. I want them to do something interesting. I like what they've done with Kong, and I think they could do more interesting things with different versions, special editions, offering buildings, effects, tanks, multiple things to make them stand out from the rest of the competition. Sometimes it's not about the articulation, but rather being unique and offering your own take on your figures. That's what makes a company special. That's what fans slowly remember you for being unique and doing something awesome. And so far, I absolutely love this Ghidorah, and you guys know that I'm a big fan of Mutos and Ghidorah. I love this design. And fun fact, I was actually working on a full-on figure with my partner as well, but I think we're going to hold off because it's not a good time for us to release it as well, you know. And I think we can definitely improve in multiple things, but that's for a different topic. You know, we have other plans to do different monsters, and we have already different monsters, but we're holding off because we're facing difficulties with certain things, right? Personal things that we're not going to talk about anyways. But yeah, Hiya, congratulations. Now for the price point, I'm not going to talk about that because there's no point. The Chinese price point will be different to the US and the rest of the world, so Whenever we do get the official US release date, I will be covering that. It makes more sense. There's no point for me to give you their price point when we're going to get a totally different one. Of course, ours is going to be more expensive, to be expected, because of the import charges, the fees, and all of that. So yeah, I'm not expecting it to be cheap. That's all I'm going to say. Fantastic fucking job. You're killing it, Hiya. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed, subscribe, like, and share the video.